Hello everyone and welcome to Life on Board AmyJo. And this week we leave our mooring outside the old Harker's Arms and we pass on through and stop just above Greenfield Lock in Vickers Cross for a few days. We then move on to Costa Coffee where our Evo deck was fitted, and finally we carried on to Waverton and moored up there. Really been videoing much because you've seen this trip many times before, but this is Chemistry Lock. We've got one more lock ahead of us after Chemistry, and then we're going to look for a mooring near Vickers Cross for a few days. We've got time to kill now until we can get in the dry dock in August, so because of our restrictions of constant cruising we need to keep moving, so we're going to come back down the Shropshire and then nearer the time we'll come back up again, so you'll see all of this one more time.
We have AmyJo and Flipper waiting to come into Chemistry Lock, and down there we've got CRT or contractors repairing the lock walls. Doing a good job there. I love this bit. I love the cottages, the water tower, and obviously that's the treatment works, I should imagine.
And we forgot to mention why we didn't go into the dry dock in June as we said we were going to. Well, it's because I contracted shingles, and that's why we stayed in Chester for a full 14 days, because I was unable to do anything and was mostly in bed. But now the shingles are improving, we're on the move again, and we're booked in August instead. Through Chemistry Lock, we're now at Tarvin Road Lock or Greenfield Lock. This is the one I always get confused with, and hopefully the last lock of the day. Fortunately, we have been travelling with Flipper, a couple on Flipper. They're heading to Tattenhall, and they've been pairing up with us in the lock, so that's made life a lot easier. Just consulted the Pearsons and I can confirm this is Tarvin Lock, not Greenfield, Tarvin Lock.
Oh right.
Got a little 4-foot square platform with expensive types, two of them.
You want to jump back up? wheel stop, don't they? Wherever.
Well, despite it being busy with boats, we managed to find a lovely little mooring here just above or between Tarvin Road Lock and Greenfield Lock. And that'll do us now for the next few days. Just up ahead there in the distance, that's Greenfield Lock, and we'll be doing that in a few days' time. Not only have I been painting the gunnels out here in the world deck, but as you can see, the floor and world deck locker sides are getting a bit worse for wear. So today we emptied it out because we've had a company called EvoDeck come and measure up to put the teak effect decking, artificial decking down. So I need to clean all this up, rust proof it and prime it, ready for them to lay that. And they're also going to do the back deck at the same time. But as you can see from my face, it's dusty work. Ugh. I'm going to have to go and have a shower now. It's time that we did something about our world deck floor. As you can see, it's in a hell of a mess. I did try to do it once before and it hasn't worked out too well. So I'm currently grinding it back to bare metal and treating it with rust cure, that rust cure primer, or rust conversion paint it is. And the plan is to give it 2 coats of that, couple of coats of primer, and then we're having EvoDeck, or most people know it as Tech Deck. We're having that put in. That's going down next week, I believe. They've been and did the templating for it, and at the same time I'm going to start working on these sides as well. I've been spent all day yesterday trying to find my grinding discs. I found them this morning and have now completed the floor. So that's now had 2 coats of the rust cure, and tomorrow I will give it all a coat of primer, and then it's ready for the new floor. So now the whole floor has had the rust converter primer on, I've put cardboard boxes down, thanks to Joanne from her shop, to protect the paintwork until they lay the decking. I'm going to put a coat of primer on there in the next few days, but I now need to get the back deck ready, so I've got to go through the whole process again on the back deck to get that ready before I can continue here. Like I did with the world deck, I've ground the stern deck right back to bare steel, treated it with the rust converter paint and given it a coat of undercoat and primer. It's now ready to receive the new EvoDeck. We've got Greenfield Lock, which is just up ahead, and Christleton Lock, and then if there's a mooring at Costa Coffee, we're stopping there because tomorrow we're having this back deck and the world deck matting put down. I'll show you when we get moored up. And looks like we're lucky that the lock's in our favour today. So we go straight in. Well, we've made a stop now for water at Christleton, just before the bridge. Smudge is off lead and enjoying his freedom for a bit. He's in charge of the hose at the moment, and it's getting warm.
It certainly is.
The last time we were here, this little fella was a little newborn who was about the size of an egg, and he's really grown up now, but I don't know where the rest of his family have gone. He was one of the little, you remember I showed you those? Today, Steve and Graham from GS Deck Fit have turned up to install the Evo deck on the stern and wheel deck. First fit. This is the dry fit stage. Next, they thoroughly cleaned the back deck with a strong alcohol solution to ensure good adhesive bonding of the deck. Next was the very tricky and specialist job of laying a special adhesive onto the deck ready to take the new decking. This was quite thick and was put on with a serrated plastic edge to make sure that the coating was even. Once the adhesive was all in place, next Steve and Graham fitted the back deck. To ensure a perfect bond, the decking was then rollered to ensure that all adhesive covered the decking and bonded to AmyJo's deck perfectly. Next, the hinge section of the back deck got the same treatment.
A blast-proof bulkhead,
and of course a check to make sure that the deck does hinge perfectly and the decking doesn't foul anywhere. Then it was the turn of the wheel deck to receive the same treatment. First the dry fit, then the adhesive was applied, then the decking laid and then rollered, and finally a quick hoover to remove any dirt.
Generation from my missus, because she's 18 years younger than me, but she's a grafter. Secret with it.
Oh, do you want that shut?
Yeah. Well,
finally, both decks were then masked out with masking tape, and a bead of sealant was put in place to seal the edge of the decking to the side wall of the decks. And that's it, all done, and looking rather fab if I do say so. It's certainly a massive improvement on the previous state of the decks, and we are very happy with them. We're very impressed with the decking. It looks and feels like teak, and we would thoroughly recommend Steve and Graham from GS Deck Fit if you're thinking of going down the same route. I'll leave a link to their website in the description below. And here is a before and after shot of the stern deck. you'll agree it looks far better now. Here with the wind, but we'll give it a go. Been here for 4 days now at Costa Coffee. We've just reversed back and filled up with water, and now it's time to move on downstream. We're hoping to moor up somewhere near Waverton. If we can't get in there, we'll go down towards Takeour somewhere, moor up down that way. It's a tad windy today. Just touched. Wind just blew us onto that boat, so we'll see how we go. As is the way, as we approached the next bridge by the winding hole, there was a hire boater coming the other way. I pulled over to let him through, and I think they realised that there was more room on their side because it was a bit tight where we were. So they backed off and let us through, so we're very grateful that they did. So if you're watching this, guys, thank you so much for that. We appreciate it. Looks like somebody has attempted to try and trim the willows here by the Cheshire Cat, but it could do with so much more. And would you believe it, the boat that was here on our way up is back in the spot opposite the willow, making it impossible to see what's coming the other way. I'm sure the owner is doing it deliberately so that somebody can hit their boat and he can claim against them. Right, caravan site looks busy as usual. On arrival at Waverton, the grassed area was free, so I pulled in and Chris went on ahead to see if the mooring by the car park was free, and she reported back, sure enough, the car park was empty, their mooring was clear, so I moved AmyJo up and met Chris at the car park mooring. Well, I'm afraid that's it for this one, folks. But before we go, as always, a special thank you to our lovely Patreon crew and channel members. A big thank you to them, because without them we wouldn't. It helps us to continue making videos. If you're enjoying our vlogs, of course, and you haven't done so already, please do subscribe. It doesn't cost anything and it's just a click away. And then if you want to receive notifications of future vlogs, just hit the bell icon. And if you wouldn't mind, please give us a thumbs up. It helps the channel. And we love receiving your comments and try to reply to them all. So do please keep them coming. So that's it for now, as I say. Take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, and we'll see you next time on Life on Board AmyJo. Bye.